So after last week's showcase, I wanted to do another Fryevia showcase in a map that doesn't have ice attack up. This time we're doing things differently. Instead of our tank, she is a damage carry. We replace Track Blade on turn 1 with Revitalize on turn 1, and then she doesn't regenerate hate, but she'll have enough AP to keep spamming her high damaging move. And as you'll see, she does a lot of damage. If she uses Spell Veil Blades several times, her tankiness just increases through the roof, and she becomes seamlessly unkillable. Now, as per usual, if you want to see the loadout and abilities on off, go at the very end of the video, you'll be able to see everything you need. Second character is Nasha. She's our main tank. She's really just there to take hits. Could we use a better character like King Mont for this job? Yes, or Warrior of Light, or whichever tank you want. But I like my thematic of keeping ice units, and I like using an MR unit. As you'll see in the matches, we don't need King Mont to win our matches, but he would be a better fit because he would also imperil slash resistance, which means Fryevia would hit even harder. So yeah, food for thought. Then our final character is Rosa. She's a ranged assassin. She has very high single target damage with her arrows, and she's built for physical damage, so it's not Mage Rosa, it's Archer Rosa. The main reason why she fits with this team is her Ice Crystal Arrow is an Ice Imperil, so it increases all following ice damage. It means that with this, we can basically 1-2 punch anyone but a tank. With Ice Crystal Arrow into Spell Veil Blade or Ice Crystal Arrow into Taunting Blade. So yeah, that's the team comp. Let's go in game. Alright, we're getting into Meadowland with Black Witch Helena, Yuna, and Duane. I feel like that's a team we're going to see more and more now that Duane has his EX job. So let's see how that does. The second Rosa gets hit by Duane, she's dead, so I need her to not group too much with the other guys. Nasha can take a couple hits from them, and so can Fryevia. I'm mainly counting on the fact that we might kill the enemy Black Witch fairly early, and if that happens, we'll be fine. Otherwise, we might be headed for disaster. It is a very powerful enemy team, loaded with a lot of damage, and even though we have a good front line, I fear we won't do damage fast enough to keep up with them. So, I guess we'll see. They cast Re-Raise on Yuna, which is fairly good. She's not a high threat unit, I feel, compared to what the other ones are. So, Ice Crystal Arrow on Duane takes out a lot of his HP, but groups our team, so that's fairly bad. Devastation takes away our barrier, so that's also pretty bad, but they've lost one person, so I guess it's 1 for 1. Tenebral Rose will probably take out 2 of our members. We'll lose Rosa and Nasha to that, so it's really bad. Nope, doesn't hit Rosa. I'm pretty happy. Now, they're casting a full life, but we interrupt it with a one-shot from Rosa, and Yuna's spell does not go off just yet. And then Reflex, that's pretty good. We're dodging the Darkra, and it barely hurts Fryevia, so far, so good. Fryevia will use full life of her own, which hopefully will land, but our Nasha has really low fate, so we only have 60% chance. Looks like we get it, so this time Hell Shower takes out Yuna a second time. Nasha uses Blade Bash, does not get the stun, but Fryevia's here, finishes her off. That was a really solid match. Alright, let's continue with the mages. Valentine, Salire, Yuna, Helena. You know what? Usual setup, powerful vision cards that are maxed out. Let's just see how that goes. Again, I'm fairly confident. As long as the enemy Black Witch doesn't AoE our team to death, we're fine. I noticed that Rosa groups quite often, which is not great. With this map, since the enemy have high advantage if they move in the middle, Rosa loses a lot of range, and that makes it a lot harder for her to keep attacking. But so far, it hasn't been terrible. Like, we've always found ways to make that work. So Guardian Wall is cast, that's good. The enemy Black Witch is in front of our Fryevia this time, which I'm pretty happy about. Fryevia has a really good amount of Spirit and Magic Resist, so it only takes about a quarter of her HP. Then Bombardment on the Love on Nasha. What will that do? 1000? Really low damage. I'm pretty happy about that one. Ice Crystal Arrow, almost a one-shot on Yuna, but not quite enough, so she survives it. And then drops the Limit Burst, but we get a Reflex on our side, which is pretty fun. One of the good things about Rosa, I guess. Reflex is a very powerful ability. Now, we move on to attack the Black Witch. That's going to do about 3/4 of her HP. Nope, only half. A little bit less damage than I thought we'd get here. She begins casting again, and we finally generate some hate and take out Yuna. That's pretty good. Black Rosa's Hex will remove our Spirit now, so we have Dark Imperil and Spirit down, but we're still alive, and Rosa gets to attack the Valentine Salire. A little bit of damage here, nothing terrible. Hopefully we can kill the Black Witch before that goes off. Nope, she has enough slash resistance to survive the hit, which is pretty bad. At that point, hits Nasha with a barrier breaker, but we're still alive. Our team has a lot of HP. Enemy gets a reflex of their own, but she needed 2 in a row to survive, so we managed to get that one out. And now Black Rosa's Hex will probably kill 2. Let's see. Okay, only kills 1. That's good, because it means Fryevia can keep attacking instead of casting full life, and takes out the remaining enemy. So far, so good. So, Yuna, Black Witch, Duane, I feel like we'll see a lot of these this week. Duane is a very powerful unit, and then he has everything, right? Innate hate, lots of damage, pretty good tankiness, he can disable, he can heal back up, he's really a monster, so for those that went for him, I'm sure you'll be very happy with his performance. Against Duane, it would make a lot more sense for us to run Gilgamesh, I think, because Duane can one-shot Rosa whenever he has a chance to hit her, so that gives us fairly low chances to win. Hopefully we can generate some hate before he goes for her. But I guess we'll see. Re-raise on the Black Witch. Again, Gilgamesh would be good. But Rosa has really good single target damage, so I guess that's a good thing. See, we almost take out the Black Witch in one hit. And then, well, you know, Rosa was in range for Duane, so she kills herself. Black Witch gets healed back up. And so our early advantage is kind of gone here. We're going to cast Full Life, which is pretty good, and Tuning Blade, which is also a good move. Now our tanks are in front, and our archers should hopefully remain out of the enemy's range for a couple turns. That is the whole reason why we have Re-raise on our team. They decide to throw the Tenebral Rose. That's probably going to do 4k on Nasha, 2k on Fryevia, but let's see. I was close, but it did way more damage on Fryevia than I expected. Now we take out the Black Witch for once, but she has Re-raise, so comes back to life. And then let's see if Yuna heals her again. Yes, she does. Fryevia goes next though, so we'll probably kill her right away. There we go. So 1 down, and we can finally move on to other targets. Duane loses about half his HP. No more hate on our end, but he doesn't have any AP, so I guess we don't really care. We'll just kill Duane, and then move on to Yuna with our another attack, I guess, from Rosa. So, okay, Full Life comes in, does not proc, that's lucky for us, but I think even if Black Witch had come back to life, we have this match under control here. Aeon Bond, Yuna is going to stay alive until Fryevia goes after her, I guess, but Fryevia's damage on Yuna, it should be pretty good. Aeon Bond again, this is why fighting Yuna is so annoying. She just procced Aeon Bond several times in a row, and then we have to start this entire thing over. She deals very low damage against Rosa though, because of how much spirit Rosa has, so I guess that's a good thing. 1 arrow lands, Blizzaga Blade then lands, and barely survives, goes for the crystal and prays, so yeah, guess we're gonna have to start over at hitting her one more time. This time summons Odin. Yeah, I think Odin can deal 2,000 to 3,000 damage to her, and then Fryevia can probably finish her off. Hopefully, because I don't want to see this fight go down to turns. Fryevia goes again, Blizzaga Blade, 3.8k as we've seen before. Nope, a crit, so there we go. Finally takes her down. Now, I've done matches against Duane, but not yet against Warrior of Light, so let's do that one. They have really powerful teams in terms of magic resist and slash resist, so we might struggle with killing them, but let's see. Hopefully what's going to happen is they will focus their attacks on Nasha and Fryevia, and will eventually take them out using just repeated Ice Crystal arrows on their face. But I guess we'll see. What might be an issue is how much healing they have, because Warrior of Light can heal, Yuna can heal him, re-raise him, full life him, so we'll probably have to go through his HP bar 7 times before he finally goes down. I guess we'll see. So here we go, Guardian Wall is out. Re-raise on Warrior of Light, as expected. Yeah, it's going to be a pain to try to kill him. First, Ice Salire goes on Yuna, which is good, except she gets Aeon Bond, because, you know, that has a 75% chance proc rate, or so it seems. Yeah, that's probably going to take Yuna to, Rosa to 3/4 of her HP. Yeah, she almost goes down in one hit, which is really bad. Now, if Yuna uses her limit break, we're going to lose Rosa very quickly. Fortunately, though, we go after her again, and she's forced to go into healing mode. If she did not get Aeon Bond on the first hit, she would have been dead at that point, and our victory would be, I mean, a lot safer, I guess. Now that's bad. He's going to break barrier on Nasha, because he uses 3 hits, so it's going to go through the entire barrier. Killing Rosa, though, not a big deal. We're just going to revive her, and she would have died to the Black Rose Hex anyways. Pretty solid damage on Nasha, though. Here we go, full life is beginning to be cast. We lose Nasha really quickly. This enemy team has a lot of damage. So full life comes in, but we don't have hate, so Rosa might die before she does anything. Level 4 Dark Rat takes about half her HP. Rosa then goes, finishes off Yuna. Yuna's not the one with the re-raise, so that's good. But can Fryevia solo 2 people? I think she has a shot, especially since the re-raise is not on the Black Witch. So now that Black Witch's down, Warrior of Light has to be the damage carry. He hits Fryevia for really low damage, so I feel like we've got this under control. The Dagger Blade of our own, he blocks it, deals basically no damage. Tonic Spell, wow, why would he use that? It's such a weak ability. Either way, with Dagger Blade again, now he's probably going to use Breath of Life. Nope, Tonic Spell again. I guess he wants to waste his AP on us. We're healing for more damage than what he does with this. Now he's really low, so he'll use Breath of Life. Nope! Okay, is Breath of Life turned off for this player? I guess it is. Well, then we proc the first re-raise. Still goes for attacks, so yeah, I guess we'll just finish him off with another... Okay, Ice Prism this time, so we get to see this really badass limit break from Fryevia. Here we go, dropping it, and no, not a kill! What? Please die. This has went on for long enough. Okay, we won. Alright, so it's time to throw our win streak out the window. This team does not work against King Mont, as far as I can understand. He's going to be way too tanky for us, and he's going to deal serious damage on our team, just because of how powerful he is and the element advantage. It's usually not that big a deal, like element advantage is impactful, but it's not enough to win a fight by itself. But in his case, with the Phoenix Esper and whatnot, he can reach insane ice resistance, meaning that unless we reduce his ice resist with Ice Salire, he's just not going to go down. But I guess we'll have to see. I also made the mistake of not placing the enemy Black Witch Helena in front of our Fryevia, so she might decide to go after Rosa, which would be fairly bad. Still though, guess we'll have to see. We use Garden Wall. So far, the only person in range of the Black Witch is Nasha, so that's good. They use Slash Resist down, not the end of the world. Then follows that with Valentine Salire's Limit Break, which doesn't do much. It'll dispel the Spirit Up buff on Nasha, but she doesn't really rely on that to survive. Now, we group like a bunch of idiots, but fortunately the Devastation does not hit anyone else. If it had, we might have lost right there. Now, the enemy team did also group really well, so we get 1 down. That's pretty good, a little bit of damage control, but we take a Tenderbolt Rose on everyone. That's going to take out Nasha, I think. Maybe. Yeah, she still has her barrier, but she was really low on HP, so she goes down, and then King Mont can go after Rosa all he wants. Uses the Limit Break. At that point, I think they've won the match. Berserk Fryevia provides nothing for her team. So they have a couple turns to take her out now. And it also did 4,000 damage because, you know, he has really good damage. So as I said, this team has one major weakness. King Mont, do not go and fight him with it. Now that I'm thinking about it, if I did want to make this team work against King Mont, I would possibly swap out Rosa for Xiza and just rush him early in the fight, or with Tidus and try to slowly kill him. That might be an option. Alright, so this is our team. Rosa is a single target damage dealer and enabler. She has a move that decreases ice resistance and then does damage, so that's what we rely on. We also have other sources of damage like a guaranteed hit. Turned off Pure Prayer and Pray. She is there to do damage, not heal. So we have to turn off her healing abilities, otherwise her AI prioritizes them even if they have low potency. We've also turned off her limit break for the very same reason. She is built for as much Man-Eater as possible, so Deep Love gives her some Man-Eater, and then Odin VC, she's really there in a PvP build. And then she increases Spirit in an AoE, which puts her to 51 Spirit, making her pretty hard to kill. Even from an enemy Black Witch, they'll need 2 hits to kill her. Paired with her magic resistance. So that's why she can still perform well. She cannot take a hit from slash attacks though, so we need to avoid Duane's and whatnot. Then Nasha, our primary tank, she's there to generate some hate and keep it. She's really tanky, like 10,000 HP, 60 defense is pretty impressive. And then okay resistances across the board, but we did not focus on resistances for this build. Abilities on off, I'll just go through them quickly, but mainly the only abilities that are on are Blade Bash, Guardian Wall, and Taunting Blade. Because that's the best way to get her to do what she needs, which is survive and generate hate. So that's how it is. Her TMR ability is also off, so she uses Guardian Wall first. Finally, Fryevia, she does really good damage here. She only has 961 magic, but we have so much ice attack up throughout our team that she still hurts pretty well. And then 9,000 HP, 14 defense, and 34 spirit, but that goes up whenever she uses Spell Veil Blade. And, well, 85% magic resist, 25% slash resist is pretty good. And 42% wind resist if we ever go against wind units. So that's it. Abilities on off. Well, the Zaga Blade is on, then everything else is off outside of Attract Barrier and Blizzard, not even Blizzard Blade, sorry, Spell Veil Blade. And then in her sub-job, I've even turned off Curada in this team. We use a 30 Faith Nasha. Curada is not useful. The only thing we want is full life, and that's in case Rosa dies first, so we can revive her. Full life on Nasha has only 60% chance to work, so it's not a reliable move. It's mainly an insurance policy for if we lose Rosa early. Otherwise, Fryevia even has Revitalize turned on, so she uses Bells on turn 1, does not generate hate, and just goes for the kills because she does a lot of damage. So that was it, guys. Hopefully it was fun to see a bunch of units that we basically never use in Arena. I had a lot of fun using them. Of course, this is not an ultimate team, it does not beat King Mont, it struggles with Rain, but against a wide majority of other characters, it can do really well. So yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.